Hey everybody, welcome back. So I did this on Hermione's horror reviews. I'm going to do it on this one as well. So sorry for posting a double video. So welcome back to the Book Corner. I am Hermione, author and lover of all good things literature. So at the time I do this video, it is Friday. I'm going to be posting the one that I just did next week. So yeah. So before I begin, I want to show you guys, I got a couple things. I got a new headset because these earbuds are trying to pop out of my ear and I almost lost one of them. So I got the earbuds, or the headset. Then I got this. It's like that. Real cool. Alright. I do have a couple more things coming in today, and I will be doing a video. Now, I will say this though, all those books that I intended to get, I was not able to get because I had to buy my brother a scooter. So, he's very happy with it. I made a mistake when I ordered it. I put $44.33 instead of $44.39, and luckily for me, the FedEx driver looked at my ID and went ahead and let me sign for it. So, yes, my brother got his scooter. Alright, so I'll do a review of Paperbacks from Hell by Grady Hendrix. This is also from the same author that wrote Horror Store, which I absolutely loved. So this is a trip back in time, and it shows the history of paperback horror. And what's interesting is, I just did not know this about horror, but it's generally a preview of women. So I was like, okay. So basically, these authors, they did like some really outrageous ideas for their books. They talk about black authors in horror, which was really fascinating. He also puts a little bit of like a comedic twist to it about like raising your demonic child, or animals. Like everything hates us. We're like the worst people in the universe. If it isn't cows that hate us and dogs that hate us, well, now plants hate us, and insects definitely hate us. Everything wants to eat us. So anyways, so I read this. It took me like 3 days to read. I was like really getting into it and everything. And what I like this one person's review of the book that says, "Warning, your TBR will expand exponentially." And it's right. There are books in here that I really would like to get my hands on. In fact, all the books in here I want to get my hands on. So what I'm planning on to do is I'm going to actually get this book, Paperbacks from Hell. So I'm going to go ahead and add it to my cart that is going to be for well, or I may just go ahead and just get as a Kindle. Heck with it. But anyways, so every book that's in here, I'm going to go on eBay and I'm going to purchase that book, and depending on how many titles are on a page is how many of those books I'm going to buy. And hopefully with some luck, before I turn 80, I will have all the books. So that will be an interesting experiment to see if I can get all the books before I turn 80. I really think that this book really helps readers understand the history of horror paperbacks. I remember growing up in the 80s when horror paperbacks were real big. I maybe saw one or two titles at 7-Eleven, but it wasn't like big. But if you went to a bookstore, you probably could get your hands on the newest thing. Another area of horror that I think I mentioned this before, was the erotic horror, and they were not for children. And definitely, I will tell people, my book is not for children either, because it has blood, gore, and, well, like lesbian sex. Just, you know. But it's kind of like it's the raunchy kind of. I'm sorry. I will say this over and over again. I cannot write sex scenes to save my life. But if you're talking about vampires, there seems to be this insane desire and need to have sex in it, which does go along with like what they are. They're sexual beings, even though they're technically dead. But it's interesting when you read this book. You see titles that growing up in the 80s you never saw in your life. You're like, oh, I need to pick that book up and this book up and this book up. But yeah, so Paperbacks from Hell was a great book. I really enjoyed it. I really highly recommend to anyone who wants a complete like collection of like all the books that came out. So yeah. So anyways, sorry. So I'm gonna give this book 5 stars. Hope you guys enjoy it, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.